All right, real talk. If you've been stretching every day and you're still tight, listen up. You wake up, hold that hamstring stretch for 30 seconds, and it feels good for maybe an hour, but then boom, the tightness comes right back. Here's why. Stretching alone doesn't work. It's not you, it's not bad form. It's the fact that your muscles aren't controlled by how hard you pull, they're controlled by your brain. I've worked with hundreds of people who sit all day and they become tight, stiff, and they've tried stretching over and over and nothing sticks. And I want to show you exactly why that keeps happening and what to do instead. In the next few minutes, I'll give you a rundown of why stretching feels good but doesn't last, what your brain's actually doing when you feel tight, and the methods that create real, lasting flexibility. No BS, no fluff. Let's go. Okay, so coming back to what I said before, your muscles don't stretch because you pull on them, they stretch because your brain allows it. Inside every muscle, you've got these sensors, these little detectors, and some sense stretch and speed, others sense tension and force. Their job is protection. They don't really care about your flexibility gains. If your brain thinks you're stretching into a weak range, it tightens you up. So yeah, that tightness that you feel in a stretch, it's basically your brain protecting you. And when you passively stretch, which most of us do, just kind of pull and hold a stretch or stretch with gravity, what happens is sensors detect the stretch. And if it's too much or that happens too fast, your brain resists. We need this, otherwise we'd be flopping and falling all over the place. When you hold these stretches passively, eventually your brain might chill out and let you go a little bit deeper, and that's why it feels like it works. But the thing is, your muscle never really worked in that position. There was no load, no control, no challenge, nothing really changed. Your brain learned, you force this, but I don't trust you here. If you can get into a position, but you're weak there, your brain sees danger. So it cranks up the tightness and it limits your range next time. And that just makes you stiff again. And that's why flexibility from passively stretching disappears very fast because your body doesn't trust it. So if stretching doesn't work, what does? Well, it's about getting strong in those stretched positions. How do we do this? We want to hold positions under tension, contract to the end range, work on active stretching where you actually do the work. These methods change what your brain hears. When you train like this, you load the muscle properly. You build strength at long positions, your joints get stable at the end range, and your brain gets a new message. We're strong here, this is safe. And that's where tightness drops and range actually sticks and improves. Let me show you exactly how this works. You know that classic hamstring stretch? Foot up on a box and we fold forwards and we just hold it and wait and hope for the best. Let me give you 3 ways to upgrade that exact stretch so your brain actually trusts it. All right, so instead of just folding forward and holding, we can add a weight and move, like shown here. This is what we call a good morning. So you've got your foot elevated on a box, you're holding a weight, like a kettlebell, a dumbbell, and then we're hinging forward with control and coming back up. Now your hamstring has to lengthen under load. We're producing force in that stretched position. Your brain gets the message, we're strong here, this range is safe. And that's how you earn flexibility, not by waiting, by working. That one is a game changer. All right, the next method is what we call a PAILS and rails contraction. This is when you gently push and then pull with your muscles while you're stretching. So in that exact same position with the foot elevated, folded forward, but instead of holding here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna press the foot down into the box or surface quite hard, and here you're activating the hamstring while it's stretched. This is called an isometric contraction at end range. We wanna hold that for 10 to 15 seconds. Step 2 is to then activate your hip flexors, the top of the thigh, opposite to the muscles we're trying to stretch. And as you do this, you can either increase range by folding forward more or by trying to extend your spine, like you're trying to lift your chest up. So you're not trying to come out of the stretch, you're trying to lengthen it through the front of your body. Here's what's happening. Your hamstring is connected to a network of fascia, connective tissue that runs through your whole body. When you activate your hip flexors and extend your spine, you're pulling on the fascia from the front, which creates a deeper stretch on the hamstring without forcing it. At the same time, you're training your nervous system to produce force while it's lengthened. Your brain learns, I'm in control here, I can work here, this is safe. That's the difference. You're not forcing range, you're earning it. The third thing you can do is then lift your foot off the box. You're in the same starting position, foot elevated, hinged forward, but now you're trying to lift your foot without bending your knee. You can hold this for 5 to 10 seconds and then do reps. What this is doing is you're activating your hip flexors, the antagonist muscle to your hamstring. When you contract the antagonist, your brain sends a signal to relax the muscle that's being stretched. It's called reciprocal inhibition. So by activating your hip flexors, you're telling your hamstring, you can chill, we've got this covered. At the same time, you're building strength in that stretch position. Your brain gets massive input here: tension, control, and stability at end range. And that is how you teach your nervous system to trust that stretch position and actively control it. No more passively waiting. You're actively strengthening the range from both sides. Now look guys, I'm not saying passive stretching is completely useless. If you're in pain now, if you're locked up, if you need some immediate relief, passive stretching can help. It temporarily reduces muscle tone, it changes how it feels, and sometimes that's exactly what you need in the moment. If you're tight after a long flight, stretch it out, get some relief. You've just finished a hard workout and you're cramping up, passive stretching is fine. Cool down, feel better. But here's the thing, that's not a long-term solution. Passive stretching gives you short-term range. It's kind of like a band-aid, not a fix. If you want lasting change, if you want to actually move freely and get rid of stiffness for good, then you need to start layering in the active work. Use passive stretching for relief and use active methods for results. Because active methods are really going to help you build that strength end range. They're really going to help you build control and stability. They're going to change your muscle structure and give you that long-term flexibility. Only this actually changes your body. If you want to move freely, kill stiffness for good, and trust your body, stop waiting in stretches, start working in them. If this helped, hit that like button and subscribe. See you in the next one.